Hi, welcome to the Lunch Break Show. This is my live weekly show that helps you stay motivated in your business in just 20 minutes a week. I am here to prove that you can grow your dream business with the pockets of time that you have in your schedule. I've done it, I'm still doing it, and I know that you can too. So grab your laptop, grab a taco, and join me on the lunch break today. Today's episode is going to be good. Now, I'm going to be talking to you today about how to break into email copywriting. And I'm going to share four things that you can do now, even if you are starting out brand new. Okay. Now, I know that it can be hard to find retainer work with larger copywriting projects, right? So maybe you want something that's going to bring in consistent revenue into your business instead of constantly fishing for those bigger projects, right? Because retainer work stabilizes your business. So email copywriting is a perfect way to do that. So you're going to learn four things that you can start doing right now to break into email copywriting, even if you don't have experience. Now, let's get into it. Okay. Now, number one, the first thing that you should do is that you should create a swipe file of emails. Okay. You need to be a student of email copywriting and learn what great emails sound like, right? What they look like visually as well. So, what a swipe file is, and if you're a Copyland student, you know all about this because I talk about it inside my course, but it's essentially a place where you save pieces of copy that inspire you for future reference, right? So, what you can do is you can create an email account just for your swipe file. You can create a folder on your desktop or in Google Drive. I kind of have a mix of all three. Okay. But you can do whatever works for you. And when you come across a great email or a great piece of copy, what you do is you save it, forward it to that email address, save it on your desktop, wherever is it's going to be most convenient for you to access. And you want to start really being a student of great emails. And when you're new in the beginning, you might not know what a great email looks like, but you can start out by using common sense. If that email grabs your attention, if it really hooked you and it interested you, then you can start thinking about, okay, what are the patterns I'm seeing in this email copy? Why did it grab my attention over the other emails that were in my inbox? What is it about this subject line in particular that made me want to open it and read it? And if you happen to click something in the email, then ask yourself the same thing. What is it that compelled you to click on that link in the email? And that's how you are going to start becoming a student of a great email copy. Okay. So that's where you really want to start. Number two, you want to use copy work to get started. Now, this is something I learned from an entrepreneur by the name of Sam Parr. And copy work is essentially when he did not invent this, but apparently, this is something that was used in the olden days, and even Benjamin Franklin used this method to become a great writer. So, what you do is you find pieces of great copy and you rewrite them. And as you're rewriting these pieces of copy, what you're doing is you are ingraining it inside of yourself. You're learning the patterns, the nuances, the brand voice, and it's going to help you pick up on those patterns. So, the example that he gave, which I loved, if you are learning to play a new instrument, do you learn by creating your own songs or by first learning songs that other people wrote? You're going to start with learning other people's songs, right? And then once you pick up those patterns and you understand how to use the instrument, then you move on with that inspiration to write your own songs. And it's the same principle with copywriting. So I just loved that example and that method. And that's what I recommend to you if you are getting started. So, this is something that I plan to talk about more inside of Copyland. I'm really excited to introduce my students to it, but I really highly encourage you to get into it. Okay, so number three, the third thing that you can do to get into email copywriting is to start your own newsletter. If you want to be an email copywriter, you should be practicing email. And what better way than to have your own newsletter? Now, your newsletter does not need to be about copywriting. My newsletter, I talk a lot about copywriting. However, regardless of what you are offering in your business, maybe you have other services. find something that is going to be interesting to your audience. So let's say that you want to offer email copywriting, but maybe there are certain pain points that your audience is struggling with, and you can incorporate it right into your newsletter, but segue into your services. So there's so many ways that you can go about this, but I highly, highly recommend having your own newsletter to showcase your authority, showcase that, yeah, you're doing this for yourself. You can totally replicate this for other businesses as well. And you can use yourself as a case study as you grow your list and you get great results with your newsletter. You can use that as a case study to talk to your clients about what's working for you in your own business. Okay, and then number 4, the fourth thing that you can do is to create a Google Drive with 5 email copy samples and 2 to 3 email sequences that you can share with potential clients. So, this is key. If you want to start offering services, you need to have those writing samples handy so that people can see your work. Now, you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again. When people pitch to me, one of the first things that I ask for is to see their work, regardless of their experience, regardless of what podcasts they've been featured on, what testimonials they have. The number one thing that I care about is, can you write great copy or whatever service they're providing within their pitch, right? Are you good at what you do? That's what I want to know above everything else. Okay. Everything else is just a cherry on top. It's extra, it's the sprinkles on the ice cream. Okay. So you need to have great pieces of work that you can showcase, and it doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be on beautiful Canva document, doesn't need to be on a website. Simple Google Drive folder. And actually, the more simple it is, the better, because the person reading it is not going to get distracted with, oh, this element, this font that you use, or this element that's out of place on the Canva document. That stuff is distracting, right? So you don't want to waste time worrying about those little things. You really want to focus on your writing, okay? Now, if you enjoyed this, I have an in depth blog post that I shared this week, and it talks about launching email copywriting services. Okay, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to drop the link in the comments in the notes section, but you can also go to thevirtualmama.com/blog, and it's going to walk you through what to charge, how to get started, step by step, how to find clients, all the things. Okay. Now, you can also join my newsletter if you want more examples of email copy to add to your swipe file. And you can join me there at thevirtualmama.com/join, and you can unsubscribe anytime, no pressure on that. I will make sure to drop all of those links on in the comments. However, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know, because I love answering your questions. So whether you're watching live right now or you're watching the replay later on, go ahead, let me know, what burning questions do you have about email copywriting? Are you interested in offering this as a service in your business? And let me say that even if you don't want to label yourself a copywriter, you can learn these skills and add email marketing to your services. So this is a really, really great recurring service to add to your virtual business, okay? So, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Make sure you join me again next week, same time, same place, inside of this group. And this group is free. So, spread the wealth and invite a friend. Okay. That is one of the biggest ways that you can say thank you if this content has helped you in any way. It's just by sharing it. Okay. Simply sharing it with a friend, someone else that could be helped by this. All right. So, I will see you again next week. Bye.